I've somehow captured demonic voices. I know that's a huge claim. I'm going to show you. If you follow me, you know I post a lot of things about paranormal, supernatural history with my family here in the house, my ancestors. If you've seen my most recent video, you've already seen it, but I'm going to show it again, and let me give a little bit of context. I've been posting a new series of photographs of supposed vampires inside of a very old album that belonged to my great-great-grandfather, supposedly a vampire hunter. I was talking about very unique specimens, ones that defy certain classification, specifically one that seemed to involve some kind of witchcraft or demon worship of some kind, and this happened. Here you're going to see I'm showing a photo of the vampire in question, then it gives a warning before showing another photo that is supposedly cursed to some degree, and then this demonic growling, snarling, chanting, all kinds of weird sounds, take over the audio completely, ruins the rest of the video, manipulates the text-to-speech voice and the music in the video in a way that I wouldn't even know how to do. And it just goes on in this way, really ruining the video. You can't hear the voice most of the time.
I've already shown brooding, mesmerizingly beautiful, and even monstrous vampires. Now we'll look upon those that defy normal classification. Mother Non is among the most terrifying vampires ever recorded. Some believe her a type of elder, a more supernatural secondary form of vampire, but her appearance and abilities differ greatly. Others assume it is due to occult practice and witchcraft during her life. Similar to a satanic undead Haxan, as shown here. Regardless, Mother Non was capable of vulgar feats of devastating dark magic. Reggie the Bat was a young man who, after being turned, quickly transformed into a humanoid bat creature, seemingly harkening back to the primeval origins of the curse. Monstrous feral bat creatures said to have come from a cursed race of human-like brutes called ogres. For unknown reasons, this ancient connection randomly presented in an otherwise normal vampire. When taking this photograph, Donald Byrne's appearance was that of a normal man, but the developed picture appeared very different. This was likely due to active demonic worship, something surprisingly rare among vampires. He is the only subject of this album I know for certain still lives. Stay tuned for the most disturbing vampire subtype of all.
This feels menacing. Some followers who listened on live even thought that maybe it sounded like it was saying my name. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. Okay, something is going on. I don't know exactly. If you followed me, you know all kinds of stuff happens here. If you've been watching the lives recently, or even seeing some of my recent videos, I've been talking about the activity picking up in the house. I know I've said, maybe it's just this time of year. I've been told things like that. It seems to happen every year around, Halloween, for lack of a better term. I guess the solstice, the equinox, whatever you call it. People tell me the veil is thinner, but weird shit has been happening. Mostly it's just been sounds so far. I haven't been able to capture anything on video. When I grab my phone, anything that seems to be going on kind of just dies. It's been ever since I posted that video here with that kind of crazy demonic screeching and snarling. Maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't. I might put a little clip of it after this. But I'm keeping my phone on me. I'm going to go live here in a minute. I'm keeping my phone on me. It feels weird. Something feels different. And things have been weird here for a long time. But something does feel kind of different. And I'm just keeping my eye out. So yeah, hopefully I'll capture something soon, or maybe hopefully I won't.
Similar to a satanic undead Haxan, as shown here. Regardless, Mother Non was capable of vulgar feats of devastating dark magic. Reggie the Bat was a young man who, after being turned...
So it's that time of year again here in Florida. We've got a big storm about to pound into us in Hurricane Helen. Now, I've been talking lately about how the paranormal activity in the house seems to pick up this time of year. Many people tell me the veil has thinned. One thing I've talked about before is how paranormal activity in this house also seems to pick up whenever there's a major storm coming in. I don't know if it's an environmental factor or some kind of psycho-spiritual thing. Maybe someone here passed during a hurricane, I don't know. But as I wait for something to happen, let me go ahead and show you once again the most dramatic paranormal activity I've captured on video while living in this house. So I'm pretty sure that I just saw my Grandma, yeah, I'll just show you. This is not what I signed up for when I got this house. Oh, okay, I was just hearing some scary noises coming from the entrance, and it's been like scary going on around that. What was that? Oh, Hello? Oh, shit. Okay, so I know everybody here loves Frogette. I got video of her moving on her own. So here's the full video. If you saw the story, you know, last night I saw something in the house that, as crazy as it sounds, to me looked like a vampire. I'm just going to show you the video. Here we go. Oh, no. I swear I heard somebody up here.
Similar to a satanic undead Haxan, as shown here. Regardless, Mother Nun was capable of vulgar feats.
Hey, I wanted to come on and explain this Face of Horror contest that I keep posting about in my stories. Thanks to you guys, I am still in second place, a great place to be in for this first heat. It's about to end in about 4 hours, but it's narrowing down to the top 20, so second place is a great place to be. I would still love to clinch first if you guys could make that happen. Now, this is a great contest, not just because of the prizes, which include a photo shoot and ghost hunt with Kane Hodder, that photo shoot being in popular horror magazine Rue Morgue, and of course the $13,000 cash prize is nothing to sneeze at. It's also a great cause because anybody who donates for extra votes, that donation goes to the Starlight Children's Foundation. This is a great organization that deals with a lot of sick kids who are going through things like long hospital stays, extensive different kinds of procedures, and basically they try to provide normalcy, you know, bringing toys, people dressed as heroes, taking people out, games, all kinds of things like that, just to make the kids feel like kids. You see, you can do one free vote per day, but if you want to do extra votes, you can make a donation, and like you see here, all these donations go to that excellent Starlight Children's Foundation. Now, obviously, I want you guys to vote for me. You can see my profile here and the reasons I think that I should be the winner. You guys can choose for yourselves, but as you can see, when we talk about what I would do with the unlucky 13,000, you know, most people talk about getting a house payment or a car or something in their profile that they could do for them, and you know, no hate to that. I get that, but what I'm going to be doing with this money, if I'm able to win it, is going to affect everybody who enjoys my channels. If you're here watching, if you're giving me your vote, it's because you enjoy what I put out here, and this would just be a major boost. Not only could I get a much better camera, I could go to some of these places I've been wanting to go to, talk to more people, and basically just put more of my time towards this. And longtime followers will know that no small part of that could be me venturing to the ruins of St. George's Keep, which you guys have wanted me to see for a long time. So please do me a solid, go vote for me. You can vote once per day. Let's get this. Get me into first place at the end of the first heat. This is going to be going up through early November. I've made it into the top 5 for my initial group, and I've been in first place for the majority of the contest. Thanks to you guys, of course. But now I've got to hold on to first if I want to get into the next round of the contest, where votes reset and the winners of each group compete with each other. Please continue to help me out with a daily free vote, which you can do here, through here, and join in on my frequent lives. So it's been a while since I've done a video talking about the different kind of supernatural occult stuff going on around the world. There have actually been several in the past few months, so I'm going to go ahead and run through the more interesting ones. If you want to know more, you can go and look them up, or post a comment if you want me to go into further detail. Let's start with the one that I find most interesting and most prescient to what I've been talking about lately. Engraving of a skull, scientists discover vampire tomb hidden beneath the floor of a Polish church. Now, this is really interesting because a vampire tomb, but also this is apparently the first time they've discovered one of these supposed vampire burials inside of a church. So that's a really interesting one. I might make another whole video just about this. Here's one with a decent connection to pretty major current events about Putin's fixation with shamans. Says secretive Russian leader said to be fascinated with occult and pagan rituals, allegedly asked for blessing over nuclear weapons. That's not a good sign. In other international shaman news, apparently a Norwegian princess has married a US shaman who claims he can communicate with spirits. So that's something. I'm sure I'm saying this wrong, but in Tekakahauko, They found a circular structure supposedly used for healing rites in the ancient past. They found the funerary hut of an ancient king with apparently 41 sacrificed victims' blood. That's gotta be good for something in the afterlife. And in the least directly crazy, an occult library has been opened in London, apparently with some of the most supposedly mystically imbued and magical types of books that could be found publicly anywhere. Now, I'm going to be doing more research on this vampire found in the church in Poland, and you can expect a longer video coming soon. Alright, you guys told me you wanted me to do more of a deep dive into this vampire tomb found hidden underneath a Polish church, so let's go ahead and get into it. You know I talk about vampires a lot on my page. It's one of the main topics, and while I know most of these burials are not legitimate, not really vampires, it's still something that obviously I should be talking about, you guys want to talk about, and I'm going to go ahead and get into why this is so unprecedented. This was discovered under a church called the Church of the Annunciation of the Blessed Virgin Mary. I can't pronounce that city in Poland, so I'm not going to try. And it is the first ever recorded instance of a vampire burial within a church. Now, the main thing that gives away that this was a vampire burial is the sickle around the neck, which is something that is common in a lot of different kinds of vampire burials. As you can see here, the idea being that if they were to try to rise out of the grave, the sickle would decapitate them. This is one of many relatively common practices when it comes to supposed vampire graves in Eastern and Central Europe. Another, as you can see up here, is filling the mouth with some kind of brick or large stone, basically to keep them from biting. Now, this is pretty incredible, like I said, that this was found underneath a church. In the vast majority of cases, such burials have just been in cemeteries or sometimes outside of town in the wilderness, for the supposed safety of the people. Another cultural practice here that was considered common in these cases was the use of metal rods to essentially pin the vampire down into his grave. This is also not the first time that a burial of this type has been discovered in Poland. However, as I said, it's obviously the first one that's been discovered in a church. I'm going to keep digging because this is really strange. The supernatural mixed with the church, that's right in the ballpark of my content and what I talk about. So stay tuned. I'm going to be doing some other deep dives on things like this soon. So this is one that a lot of you guys wanted me to go into more detail about. Did Putin consult mystics in Mongolia about starting World War III? And I'm certainly not qualified to answer that question definitively, but I'll just go through the article with you. It starts off by talking about his mystical beliefs. Kremlin insiders have apparently long said that he has obsessions with the occult, mysticism, shamans, all kinds of strange esoteric things. He very famously went to Mongolia recently, where some were hoping he would be arrested, and there are rumors that he was there to see shamans, as he had in Siberia previously. Says possibly seeking their blessing before using nuclear weapons, which the mystics call the weapons of the gods. Apparently the Tuva region, where he stopped supposedly to give a speech about patriotism, is an area very known for this kind of mysticism. Similar rumors claimed he consulted shamans before invading the Ukraine in 2022, and they are not the first of such rumors. For me, one of the more interesting elements of this is apparently he is not the first to do this. Stalin was reportedly involved in similar kind of occult or shamanistic rituals during World War II, apparently to the point that Russian state media once aired a live shamanic healing sessions in the late 1980s. Now, this last part seems to go way crazy, a little far-fetched for me, but they talk about him being obsessed with immortality and essentially engaging in similar things to what they say about Elizabeth Bathory, but I don't know about that.